Hello friends, it's Meg, and today I wanted to share with you guys my university essentials as a computer science and entrepreneurship major. Now there's not that much stuff on the list, so I'm going to go into detail with each of them as much as I can and explain my reasoning for why I think it's important to have what I introduce. First things first, a laptop. This is first of all essential as a computer science student since you'll be coding a lot and you need a device to code on and compile your code and run your code, so you need some kind of laptop in order to do this degree. So mine is the MacBook Pro 2021 version, I believe, and I have a bunch of stickers on it to decorate it. Obviously, as I said earlier, this is essential as a computer science major as you'll be coding a lot, but as an entrepreneurship major as well, this is essential because a lot of times the lecturers give slideshows, and so, you want to refer to them or they post like questions that need to be typed up, and so I definitely recommend having a laptop for both of those use cases. I also use my laptop for work, and so it's kind of an all-encompassing machine. I definitely cannot live without my laptop, so this is the first thing I wanted to cover. And I think it's kind of a no-brainer, especially if you're studying computer science and any other degree. I feel like laptops are kind of an essential for any degree, so yeah, just wanted to get that one out of the way. The second thing that's super essential as a computer science major and an entrepreneurship major is an iPad. Now, I did an in-depth tutorial on how I set up my iPad in a previous video. I'll link it up in the cards right here. So I won't be going over the setup of my iPad, but I just want to talk more about why the iPad is essential. As a computer science student, you'll be taking a lot of math courses, and in math, you have to do a lot of computation, a lot of proofs, and that requires a lot of paper. And my first year of university, I actually did do notebook and paper, but I ended up just having to carry so much paper with me every single day because I had like binders with like more than 100 pages of notes, and then on top of that my homework, and then I have multiple subjects, right? So my backpack was like constantly very heavy and it was just impractical, and I felt bad because the rainforest, I was killing the trees, and so it just didn't seem like that practical to continue using paper and pencil, and so I invested in an iPad, and it has really changed my life. Not only is it easier to submit your assignments because you don't have to scan the paper or anything, you just need to convert the document into a PDF and then submit it directly from your iPad. You also have the ability to sign documents, to annotate slideshows. You just have so much more freedom when it comes to note-taking, and so I highly recommend, if you're going into a computer science degree or a math heavy degree, I recommend getting an iPad. And obviously you can type up your notes, you can type up your math notes, you can type up your homework. I know some friends of mine who do that, but personally, the learning curve for learning how to type in math equations and stuff like that just wasn't pleasant for me, and it was just, I personally learn better when I'm handwriting things because I tend to be able to remember things better when I handwrite them. And so with those two things in mind, I decided that I really wanted to invest in an iPad where I can do the handwriting digitally. And so it's really the best of both worlds. The third thing I want to introduce might come as somewhat of a surprise, but it's these blue light cutting glasses. They have been a lifesaver when it comes to just existing in life because I just have so much screen time when I'm in school because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm on my laptop for work, for lectures, and I'm also taking notes on my iPad, which is also a screen, and then on my off time I'm taking breaks on my phone, and so I'm always looking at a screen. And so having these blue light cutting glasses has been a lifesaver because I went through the first few days of school without them. I just forgot to wear them, and I had the most splitting headache I've had in a long time, on the third day, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Am I sick again? And no, I realized it's eye strain. And I was getting this splitting headache because of eye strain. And so since then, I've been making sure to wear them every day and making sure to protect my eyes so that I don't get splitting headaches. If you don't have a pair yet, I highly recommend you get them. Mine are from Zof, which is a Japanese eyewear company. The fourth thing I want to introduce are these noise canceling headphones from Sony. I'll have the name written right here because I don't remember what they're called. They're like WH something something. They're the worst name possible. Can't pronounce it, but these are great. They're one of the best noise canceling headphones on the market. And as a university student, I really recommend getting a pair of noise canceling headphones. They don't have to be this one because these are quite pricey, but I recommend getting them because you are naturally going to be working in places where there's a lot of noise. Especially if you live in a dorm, you don't want to really study in your dorm, so you might be studying in the study rooms or the libraries or the cafes around your university. And those places usually have a lot of noise, and if you find noise to be distracting, it might be good to invest in a pair of noise canceling headphones. I find that noise canceling headphones really helps me get in the zone and really hone in to the assignment or the task that I need to do, just because it like reduces the outside noise. I think for me it's mostly to do with like partially my ADHD, but also like the anxiety that I have. And so like just having a lot of noise gives me a lot of anxiety, and then I'm like trying to like listen for if like I'm in the way of people and stuff like that. But when I have noise canceling headphones on, I can kind of forget about it and just focus on the task at hand. And so yeah, if you know you struggle with noise, I highly recommend investing in a good pair of noise canceling headphones. The fifth thing I want to share is a planner. Now mine is a bullet journal, and I've made a video about how I stay productive, how I stay on top of my tasks in a separate video. I'll link it up here so you can check out the details of how I set it up and how I use this in that video. But I highly recommend you get some kind of planner, whether that be a physical one, a digital one, or you know, some kind of task management app and a calendar. I just recommend you have some kind of planner at hand because you're going to be juggling a lot of classes, a lot of lectures, a lot of assignments all at once, and it's going to be really overwhelming if you try to keep it all up here in your head, and you're bound to forget a lot of the assignments and the tasks that you need to do. So make sure you get a planner so that you can stay organized and stay on top of things. For me, as I said earlier, I use a bullet journal because it helps me stay grounded, and you know, like I've tried a lot of different apps and stuff, but I've found that it just overwhelms me a lot, and the bullet journal system has been the most helpful for me. But you know, to each their own. So if you know, some of the apps that I recommend are like Todoist or To-Do. These are great apps for task management. And as for calendars, I highly recommend Google Calendar or iCal. If you're on a Mac, I'm a heavy Apple user, but I actually use Google Calendar because I like to sync my calendars with my family, and it's just much easier when I'm using Google Calendar. So these were some of the university essentials that I cannot live without. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you're interested in content like this, or you're interested in seeing my face again, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!